Where Dallas Atla is concerned, the play titled The Death Knight spread rumors concerning the heroine of the tale, Delilah, and connected her to the raven-haired Dallas. The tale followed a young snow-haired maiden ferried by pirates on her way to the City of Dreams after fighting for her freedom in the fighting pits of the Goliath within a far eastern continent, tied now to the rugged lands of Asaria. Welcome, travelers, to the Dragonleaf, the Teahouse where tales are told. I don't have a joke to go here. There's supposed to be one, but there isn't. That's life. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for it. If you like the content, leave a like in the tip jar and subscribe to our weekly tales. Leave a comment in the suggestion box to tell us how well we did or how well we did not. Thank you for listening. And without further ado, it's time to open up shop.
Wow. Little Dallas tidbit.
I would like to say...
You shouldn't be.
No. I'd like to say we are the joke.
I was this close to just like picking up a plushie and just throwing it at him.
Yes.
Oh my God, please.
You would have made me a liar.
But then I was like, I don't have any within reach, and I don't have enough time to go grab it before he
okay,
switches the
Adrian.
camera.
I have one prepped next time.
Yeah, add it to your pre-recording checks.
Next time Adrian disappoints us in an opening, I just gotta like
Prepare plushie.
I know that disappointed.
I was gonna say that every time that he doesn't have one, it's okay. I am the joke. I'm okay with that.
Aw.
What?
If I throw it down to you guys, I'll just be putting you on blast to produce a bad pun or something. Last time, the Deviants made quick work of the Keeper of the Black Flame and progressed to the dungeon's 4th floor. After entering in, they discovered a labyrinthian mass of tangled pathways and a riddle for traversal. Names of the fallen, guided by the lost. Time-dusted, wayward frost. Over forest, under till. Fire-burning, ocean, still. Rose and arch, remain alone. Last reunion, yet unknown. As they ponder the meaning of the words, they progress with Selene as a less than effective guide through strange locales, and as the party is separated, Jojo and Matilda take a fall. The rest of the party meets with a trader who takes residence on the 4th floor, Bagara, and purchase a basic map from him along with some insectoid rides known as steeders. They then meet back up at the entrance and continue their journey, stalked by strange creatures that remain within their peripheral vision. As they reach hoisted tree canopy bridges high above the forest floor, the stalking creatures reveal themselves. These long, lanky creatures led by a massive and angry creature of vines, moss, and wood. As the creature rears its flowered head and its massive body taking perch on the tree canopies above. Everybody, roll initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Can we get that riddle in the chat again? I don't think I have got it from last time.
Yes.
Also, what color is this flower? Is it gray or is it a primary color?
I thought you were going to ask me what color is this riddle.
What color is this riddle? What does it taste
it's
like?
Gray. It's
like
gray.
purple.
It tastes
It tastes like purple.
Grape flavored.
In my mind, it's more like blue raspberry. Like
Mm.
I distinctly got blue when I read this riddle.
Funny jokes. I'm going to
What is
kill
it?
you all.
Synesthesia?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I love that. I love like hearing your synesthesia about tasting colors. I find it so interesting.
Yeah, the weirdest thing is, like, I know I like a color when my mouth waters, and then I know I don't like it. Like, when my mouth is, like, drier than the Sahara, I'm just like, yeah, this color is bad, I don't like it.
I love that time, that sweater that you hate, the scrunchy one. I love that you were like, that sweater tastes like a racer. And I was like...
Bladebeak, I will just put on the initiative so we do not forget. 22.14, yes, was yours?
Yes.
22 initiative, very nice.
Oh.
Let's make that 0.13 for funsies. As you look onwards towards these creatures, you also take note these guys are a just vivid bright blue. Despite the fact that when they were kind of in your peripheral before, you probably would have noticed the bright azure hues of these creatures moving around. But as you look onwards towards the creatures before you, and you begin to stand back, you see vines, messes of vines moving from this just massive creature. 2 flowers open at the top of its head, and you see tens of thousands of little black dots, which you can only assume to be its eyes. And as you all find yourselves now here, on top of this tree canopy, looking onwards towards the fight ahead of you. Killian, you are up. Creature turns and rears its head towards you and just opens its mouth as though to roar, and you just hear a loud, shrill squeak that I will not put into this microphone.
Thank you.
Okay. Just to clarify, at the time when we ended last session, we were like in the process of like skittering up the trees, or we had just crested over top.
You had just reached the top when you guys heard the movement of the creatures crawling from underneath.
Understood.
And then
understood.
they have now reached the top and are beginning to encircle you.
And there are vines coming from above us as well.
You are pretty much at the top of the canopy. There are several tree bits that poke up above you and block your sight for about 15 feet from where you are. But aside from that, as you look around, you can see that just a endless sea of trees before you.
Understood. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, well, Killian will kick things off. Is our cleric present?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Paka.
Paka is here, he is just not on the map. However, I will put him in the initiative so I do not forget.
Yeah, I think Killian is going to kind of reach over to Selene and is going to cast Warding Bond, which is a second level spell.
Is that touch?
It is, yes.
Selene is on the other side of Matilda current. Actually, that's a fair point. As you guys got up here, feel free to arrange yourselves on this platform here. I will post a little square for y'all. Basically, this is the space you got right now.
Okay.
Vincent, you want to switch?
Sure. Can't move, so Adrian will have to switch us.
You can now move.
Bianca?
Or do you want to be Matilda?
So Killian was on top of Bladebeak, so Selene could be here.
That's true.
Or Bladebeak wasn't even. Oh no, you took it out at the end of last session. Yeah.
Out from
So
the
yeah, so
chicken.
I will reach over, Warding Bond. It's not rolling. Hold on.
I think I'll stay where I am. Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
So while she's within 60 feet of me, she gets +1 AC and saving throws and resists all damage, and then any damage she takes, I take.
I'll give you a 60-foot radius of bright light just to establish that. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
No.
Take it back. Within 60 feet of you, excellent. As Selene, you reach forward and just infuse this spell into her very being. She looks down towards you and gives you a nod as she just begins to examine the area around her.
Am I able to pass by her to
Yes.
get to the... Yeah. Oops. Come on, baby. Right. And then Blade Beak will attack. So that's a 23 to hit.
23? 23 absolutely hits. Go and roll damage.
Alright. Yes. 9 force damage.
9 damage. As you turn and you begin to run across these just the solid mass of severed wooden stumps and wooden pathways before you, and as you just Bladebeak tears over towards the side, turns, lifts its head up, and just force slams down on the creature. You cut through with 9 damage. It turns around, reeling from the hit, and then immediately appears behind you. And then as it just flips, takes its spear, and uses the momentum of your attack, and it brings one down of his own in an attempt to slam into the back of Bladebeak.
Okay.
As the creature just pulls itself back, releases a spear damage towards you. It's a 15 to hit, 7 points of damage to Bladebeak, as the spear just kind of jams into the side of the chassis, and then it pulls out looking at it, expecting blood, and then back towards the lot of you.
Killian just shouts out, "They retaliate! Careful!" That's my turn.
Okay, Killian. At the end of your turn, as you turn and see this creature just retaliate against Bladebeak in an instant, it regains its reaction. and the creatures begin to move inward. You see this one turn and just to your guys' immediate left, one grabs onto the side of this rope bridge that is just built in between these wooden pathways and just climbs across the side of it before deftly bringing its feet back down and then moving into place. It almost seems like these creatures move as though they have no bone structure whatsoever.
Ooh.
This one, as it moves, you see it has these just hollow tendrils that connect the latter part of a forearm to the rest of its body, and it brings its spear back and just kind of like whips the hand around the back of the head and goes for a quick stab against Vincent as it just moves into range. You also hear the shuffling footsteps before you of more of these creatures moving into place.
I don't like it. Although the fact that the big bad's name's Shambling, I was like, yeah, they shamble.
What they do. That is for true. Paka is currently there. So this one attacks you, Killian, and these ones begin their onslaught against the rest of the party.
So one of them attacked Vincent, right? Let me know if it hits.
Absolutely. Killian, 1/1. As
Was
these
that
creatures... Go ahead.
Was that absolutely mean like it hit me, or was that like you'll let me know?
I have not yet. I'll let you know.
Okay.
So
We'll absolutely let you know.
as I'm so shambled now. As the creatures move in towards you, Jojo, you bring a hand you bring a black hand forward and you grab onto that side and you just kind of begin to shuffle that spear off to the side, throwing the creature. It seems to have virtually no strength within its movements. It's just this constant and odd, incredibly inane flowing movement. Vincent, the second one comes in and you manage to dodge out of the way, nimbly kind of like repurposing that blade off to the side away. And Killian, one comes in and does manage to take the opportunity, pulling back from Bladebeak. Go ahead.
Bladebeak, if it does hit me, I would like to deflect attack.
Absolutely. It brings it in and you can see it just bearing down on your face.
All right. So it has disadvantage.
Roll another dice. As Bladebeak brings the fanned tail backwards and just slams into the spear, deflects it off to the side, all three attacks miss. These creatures are going to take the opportunity to dash, actually. This one is going to shuffle off onto this tree off to the side.
Don't get your thorny self out of here. Go to thorny jail. No.
This one's going to rush over here and
Yes.
just hop off the side, landing on the top of this tree canopy, and its head turns 180 degrees around to stare at you.
Oh.
And as these creatures begin to encircle you,
Is he lower
Much
than the
hate.
45 feet, or is he in line with Vincent still?
he turned, he ran, he jumped. He's within melee range of you right now. And as they to do this just incredibly awkward and inane series of attacks, I need Matilda and Jojo to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can I see it?
What is your passive perception? You cannot see this.
Okay. Well, then it's bad.
Can I see it? No.
Just a little
Well,
bit.
then it's bad.
Well then, fuck.
Oh no. Oh.
Maturit.
Maturit is confused because all my text is like very not what it's supposed to be. Okay, when you go to like in the menu, how far down? Okay, there. Oh my god. Okay, sorry.
I love this roller coaster
a
we're on right
journey.
now.
Did you say save?
Dex save, yeah.
Okay. Hey, not bad.
Pretty good.
That was an okay journey. I will say everything on my sheet says D&D 5e dot ability dot. Yeah, and I was like, oh no!
Thank you for the Dex save. D&D 5e dot save
It's,
prompt title :
what?
Matilda.
I guess you're using a different layout.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I figured it out now, but I was very confused when I first opened up my thing.
Your celestial patron is peeling back the curtain.
You look onwards, Matilda, towards your invisible sheet, hidden within your ash bond, and you will take note that it once again shifts
I
for a
wish
brief
I
moment.
knew code so I could make a code joke, but I can't. Cause, like,
You don't?
Yeah.
Man, it has been a morning already.
Excellent. Both of you are grabbed by a fucking bird. You see
Oh,
this
really?
bird right here? swoop down,
Oh
and
my
as you
God.
glance over into the sky, it dives down towards you, and as you do manage to see it in the last moment, Candace, as it grabs onto you, it's just shifting to the point where its entire body seems almost indiscernible. It grabs
I
onto the
hate
two
it.
of you
No.
and begins to fly off with you. It is currently now, it flew down from 70 to 45.
Fuck
Now
this
you are-
again.
Yes,
50
again.
feet. And actually, it can only make it this far. So as it grapples onto the two of you, has one of each of you in its talons, it just begins to fly up and holds you now. You're still at 45 feet. Jojo, your feet are treading ground right now, but Matilda, you are above the tree canopy, looking straight down toward the ground. As I bring this creature into the initiative order.
Oh, great. I love
And now,
it. I'm
Paka,
so happy.
Paka, who is kind of underneath Selene, holding onto the side of the wood right now, peeks his head up and looks over towards all of you. Do you have any asks for Paka to do for you?
Come get me.
I don't think that's feasible right now. If,
I got none.
Not in
if
particular?
if Paco were to do that, that's not something he can accomplish, right?
Here's the thing. You don't know that as D&D players, nor as people on this world. So as Matilda turns and calls to scream for that, Paka is going to rush.
Oh,
Des-
well,
well,
if,
actually,
you don't want it, if you don't want him to do that, don't. I was being like a shithead, so like.
No, that's-
Fucking make choices.
Could he
If-
throw you a rope?
Oh, Paka's going a little crazy
Can he-
right now, trying to figure out
can
how
he
to do this.
Can he lasso my ankle?
With his incredible strength, he would just get picked up away.
Yeah.
Here's what's gonna
Able
happen.
to hold you.
I'm gonna roll a dice for Paka. As he looks over and sees that you guys get pulled and this bird is now attempting to fly away under the heft of 2 additional people. You guys all kind of look around as Paka just brings himself up to the top of the wood and begins to run through. He leaps onto this little wooden beam here and then dodges off to the side. I need to actually determine how much movement he has taken.
Yeah.
45, excellent.
Paco, make sure to stay safe though. Your life is more important right now.
I think Paka hears that and just says, rope! Reaches into his backpack. Do you have rope on Paka, Vincent?
I do.
I do not believe Paka has rope on himself. You do? Okay. He reaches in, grabs onto the rope, pulls it out, and is just like, Vincent, can I use this? As he already prepares a noose and goes to throw it. But
Noose?
he has dashed. I mean, I'm fairly certain that's the proper term for any. No, it's a noose. Sorry, guys. This is Paka we're talking about. As Paka turns,
If there's one thing Paka knows, it's how to tie a noose. I'll tell you that.
tie a noose. We've just
Seen a lot of
established a
people.
whole other
I've
dark
seen a lot of
universe.
people make these before. I'm really good at it.
Oh
I
my
mean, it's on point for Matilda though. Instead of the last one's a noose, so I was just like,
he takes all of his saves and themes them to the people he's saving. That's the professional level of a mule that you need. As he begins to throw the noose towards you, Matilda, it is your turn.
Okay, so they have me in its like bird claws, yeah? Okay. Question. This is gonna be a really weird question. How thick is the leg of this creature? Because Matilda and I both know that human beings have enough power in their jaw to bite their finger like a baby carrot, just like off. Like your bone's nothing. You're just like, but we don't because we have restraint. Now, if this,
But Matilda,
this does not exist for her, so she know. So I just want to see how thick their leg is. If it's too thick, then Matilda won't try. But if it's like,
you're looking at probably just because of the massive heft of this bird, it stands
Yeah.
at about like 11 feet tall. This thing's
Okay,
massive.
okay, cool,
so as it
cool. I
flies over
wasn't-
you, it's pretty much the width of your forearm.
okay, cool. I wasn't sure because if it was like a crane, like bigger than a crane, I was like, yeah, you could probably bite through that leg. But if it's like chunky bird, I'm like, oh yeah, never mind. I'm not.
When
gonna-
Matilda is picked up by a bird and hovers 45 feet above the canopy, she thinks, I wonder how this tastes. All right, continue.
Okay. Man. Fuck this bird. You know, I'm gonna keep to the theme of setting shit on fire. So, all right, I am going to firebolt this bird, and I'm pretty sure it's a disadvantage because it is
arranged with a melee.
a
You're
range
absolutely right.
attack. Yeah. Fuck, D&D 5e dot disadvantage. My brain is like breaking.
Pretty good.
That's not bad. 24 hits. As you turn facing the creature, just let loose one bolt point blank. Go ahead and roll damage.
And I think it gets extra
It's
damage.
equal- you get to add your charisma modifier to that.
Exactly.
Okay,
Nice.
so that's plus shit.
4.
4, sorry.
Your
11
charisma
points of
modifier
damage.
I was like,
four.
isn't your charisma really good? Like, what are you?
Plus garbage. I'm a
Yeah.
warlock. I'm not a charisma based caster.
Okay. Did it roll my damage?
Yeah, it's 7.
7. Yeah. As you unleash this just blast, the creature
11,
actually
okay.
gets reeled back quite substantially, but does manage to hold on to that grip of the two of you as the wings now struggle somewhat to lift. It is not bloodied, but that did hurt it.
Okay. Think that's all I can do.
You can attack again. You have 2 eldritch.
Again.
Oh no, firebolt
it's-
does
it's-
that.
Yeah.
You have
so
2
I-
eldritch
Never mind.
firebolts.
Sorry.
Can I
So
use
you
my
still the-
eldritch punch to melee attack twice?
Ooh.
I'd like to see.
Ooh.
I won. What?
I just
Nothing.
like Eldritch Punch. I want that to be a thing.
Yes.
All right, to finish
well,
this one round, Matilda.
I will
continue.
end my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Selene looks around at the current combat that's happening, but sees that you guys aren't particularly wounded. She shuffles over here and attempts to shove this creature off the side. Bringing her foot to the side, she kind of like plants her mace down on the wooden wall and goes for just a hefty kick in an attempt to just blast it off the side. So that is athletics both. The creature backflips and lands on her leg, pinning her leg to the side of the wood as it just kind of flips its head around and looks towards her and continues just aggressively stabbing the spear towards Killian on the other side. Selene pulls her leg back and it just kind of lands on the side of the wood and stares towards her, head cocked to the side.
Why are we fighting Flubber? I'm very upset. So, like this.
Shambling Mound begins this round.
Adrian, that's such a good name for a creature.
As it begins to move forward, you just see it roots and vines, arms like decorporealize, just flipping into thousands of vines and appear on the other side of its back as it reaches forward and begins to move like a spider that is creating legs as it goes. And as it begins to reach the center, it lifts back, sees Paka, and just slams its hand into the ground.
No.
And you see just woof, mass amount of force lift out as Paka needs to make a dex save.
It's okay, he's got a rope.
You can't be defeated with a rope. That's the rules.
It's a noose.
Oh no! It is a noose. He's in danger. Paka turns as the just like blast comes out and begins to spread across the ground. He just quickly like looks over for a second and then goes hup and just lifts himself off the ground for about a half second as the wave of force passes by him, and then he looks back towards you guys and is just like, "It's okay. It's really stupid," and continues preparing to throw the rope. The shambling mound is finished. Its turn. Jojo, you are up.
Okay, Jojo. Do I want to attack the thing that is currently holding me, or do I want to attack the big guy? Ooh,
Oh, barbarian problems.
barbarian problems. I'll attack the one that's holding me. I'll do a shocking grasp against it.
Ooh, I like that.
Shocking grasp. It's not wearing metal armor, is it?
It is not.
Why it doesn't want me to have disadvantage?
You are currently grappled, but
Not
I think
restricted.
you at some point you added restraint to them, so that could be why.
Okay,
no,
It's
just
just
grappled.
normal, right? Okay.
Here, let me take a gander just to make sure that nothing's going on.
Good for the ganders, good for the goose.
Good for the Paka, good for the noose.
Okay. Yeah, no, you should. You're good. No disadvantage as far as I can see.
Normal.
Oh, you have disadvantage because the creature is currently shifting in there's various different
Oh,
difficult
well,
to see.
That was a 13. Does that
It
hit,
has
or-
the shambling effect.
13 does
Very
hit. Roll again.
normal? Okay, that's much better on the second one. So the 13 does hit.
Most excellent. You bring your hand up and grab onto this creature, and as it attempts to move its legs in this awkward fashion in the air to get away from you, it fails.
That's 8 lightning damage, and they can no longer take reactions.
As you bring your hand up, grab onto them, shock the creature, it just begins to... You see, like, crackling electricity move through its body, and now it struggles to remain standing, or flying. However, as it can no longer take reactions. That's about it. What do you do
Okay.
with the rest of your turn?
Bonus action, rage. Normal attack, rage. And let me see here. Where is my wild magic surge? There we go. That is 8. Oh my goodness. Bolt of light, shoots from your chest. Yes.
The Care Bear stare begins.
Care Bear. Okay, so as she shocking grasps this, then the burst of chaos magic just immediately shoots into a brilliant radiant light that goes like into like a star, and Jojo just like eats it. And as she eats it, the like light transfers to like you can see the light through her like throat, and like her eyes just glow radiant, and she just goes like bah! Radiant beam from her mouth like right towards this guy.
Oh, the big one?
Whoop the whoop. Yeah, the big one. So that is
That's awesome.
1d6 radiant, and this thing doesn't have eyes though, huh?
It has.
I need a con save.
It
from
has something that you can assume to be eyes. A Constitution saving throw. It fails with an 8.
Okay, great. It takes 4 radiant, and it is blinded until the start of its next turn.
Candace Terra approves.
Yeah, and that is my turn. And the white light in her eyes remains, and the light in her throat remains, so she can use it on every single turn.
One thing you take as a note: as you blast this creature with the radiant light, those flowers close immediately, protecting those little, like, just little buds that you assume to be eyes. And as the radiant light tears into the body and it rears back for a moment, it just turns its face down, and you see them flower open again. It is not blinded.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, that is my turn.
Alrighty, at the end of your turn, Vincent, you are up.
Okay. Looking around. Sane, Killian, you guys wouldn't mind some cover, would you?
Anything you can do! As she pulls her foot back and kind of just begins to bound around.
I mean, you're the one that's surrounded.
I'll be fine, dude. Don't worry. And then it's in his brain. Carson?
Carson, yes. Steps out of the shadows.
Give me some cover.
With
And
what
he's-
spells, good sir?
I'll let you choose. Secretly, it's Fog Cloud, but I want him to do it.
It's the 3-ion this time. Excellent choice. Sir. He pulls out a single strand of this just magical energy and begins to recite the components. As where do you place your fog cloud? He just flicks his hand, and you see an eruption of fog appear.
Put it there.
It immediately begins to fill the entire area and just erupts outwards as all of these creatures just lean back in frustration of this loss of visibility.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, he is going to look out. Also, Killian, dear, aim for the right. He's going to give you some advice that he saw
Okay.
and inspire you.
Nice.
There we go. He will also move here. And those creatures, unless they've got some form of even blindside, I think they can't attack them. Because you have to be able to see the target to take an opportunity attack.
As you look over towards these creatures, with blind sight, they would be able to see you technically, but they're literally flailing aggressively in this lack of visibility that they now have.
Okay, he will move. And end his turn.
Everybody within this cloud at current is blind. Go ahead and give you that. And Killian, at the beginning of your turn, you were up.
All right. Well, Killian is going to. She can't see the thing in front of her anymore. Or can she within 5 feet?
You can hear it. You can definitely. You know of its immediate location, but the fog is just dense, opaque white. So you cannot see, but you are aware of them.
Okay. Well, if she can't see it, she has disadvantage anyway. So she'll.
But it's
pull
also
out-
blinded, so you have advantage to hit it. So
it's
straight
neutral
roll.
regardless. Okay. Yeah, she'll pull out her rifle, and I suppose not take aim, but certainly level it at where she thinks this thing is. Okay. No, she's okay with that roll. 17.
17, lowering your rifle, point blank. Boom! You just hear as the creature is slammed into by the rifle. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Magical buckshot.
5 damage.
Releasing that aim, you just hear the splatter of this kind of just bright blue blood that just rakes across the ground behind, and Selene is just coated, but the creature is now bloodied.
All right. I shoot again.
I wear white! She yells out behind you.
We'll clean it later. Yeah. Same roll again. Hopefully not for damage this time.
17 hits. Go ahead and roll
Ooh.
damage.
That's much better. I like that.
Poor
damage.
choices.
16 total damage.
16. As you... This is a ranged attack, yes?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Perfect. As you blast him again, 16 points of damage. Good. Lordy. Just reduced to pieces. You hear the spear clatter onto the ground, fall off the side, and rustle in the trees as the creature slams into the ground, deceased.
Ooh.
All right. Killian is going to. Well, Killian's done, but Bladebeak is going to step back out of the fog. Because we saw that there was a guy here last round, so Killian is just going to tell Bladebeak to hold their action. He's just going to like hold his beak there, buzzing menacingly, in case this thing comes within range.
I think the artificer telling its defender to hold an action with a bonus action is probably the most convoluted hold action. And I love it. I'm going to use my bonus action to tell them to wait for their action, to use their reaction to release their action.
Attack,
Excellent.
but not right now, but maybe at some point when I tell you to. But I've already told you to, so do it later when I tell you to, after I've told you to.
And that's why it takes a bonus action to speak. The creatures begin to move. This one dives aggressively out of the fog cloud as it can and manages to land next to you, Jojo. And as it turns its attention towards you, now kind of noticing that you're just treading ground, it's going to take an attack against you.
This
Also-
is bad.
Oh, continue.
You are grappled, not restrained. So basically, grappled is just your movement is 0.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you got so many attacks on you, dude. Bringing that spear back, it just critically slams into the side of your ribs
Ooh.
and rips downward, opening a small gash. You take 18 points of piercing damage, halved to 9 for rage.
Ink Lavos for rage.
Mhm.
Okay.
The other creatures, looking in and kind of hearing the madness that's going down, these two move in only, and as one moves in front of you, Vincent, you can hear it shuffling forward, but it does not know where you have currently gone. Your passive stealth beat out its passive perception. So as you kind of like step off to the side, it brings its spear down, and both of them go to attack Selene with disadvantage and a straight roll.
She has +1 to her AC, remember?
Currently her AC, thank you. One of them misses, and one does manage to hit as they bring in these blades. You can actually hear her in the darkness fend off one of the attacks, and the other just scrapes across her abdomen for a small amount of damage.
She takes half of that, and the other half goes to Killian.
That is
Dang.
4 points each.
All right.
Caring is caring.
Don't you bring that reference back again. In 2 rounds, 2 references? Goodness. This creature, who is currently standing on top of this tree, is going to turn, lean back, and just hop off of it. And Matilda, through the fog cloud, unfortunately, you cannot see the creature complete the tree jump that you so desperately tried to master last session. But as it lands off to the side, it brings its own body around and just kind of twists itself before it's unspinning and slamming into you with a spear. Or at least so it thinks it will do.
It's gonna get a nice saw blade first.
It most certainly is. It is now within range.
Okay. Is there a reason that... Oh, I see. Can you remove Blinded from Killian
Yes.
and Bleedbeak? Hey, not bad.
20.
Ooh, 20 is good. As it lunges off the tree, Bladebeak kind of pulls back and just cuts into its side mid-air. As it lands on the ground, blue blood leaking out, it finishes its little spin, which now actually seems like a really bad idea, considering the open wound on his abdomen. But as it spins back, the blood spurts out like a bad sprinkler, and then it goes to slash at you, and just Bladebeak, ting, bounces off the side of the metal, missing its attack. That is all of them.
Bird on bird action.
It is time. Well, there is only one bird, so technically that is incorrect. We cannot.
Oh.
We cannot.
It's on bird.
Yeah. As the creature, this massive heron-like creature, begins to just lift itself up as best it can, it is going to dash, clutching onto the both of you. It moves up to 80 feet in the air.
Oh, good lord.
Does
Seen
the
this
rope
movie
even
before.
reach that far? Or
Uh,
does Pocket get
60
pulled up?
feet of rope is the typical. He hasn't thrown it yet.
Only
he
50
was
feet.
he dashed to get into position, and then he was going to throw it on his next turn. But as he looks up towards everything that's going on now, he can see that the rope likely is not going to reach. But I'm going to roll an intelligence roll for Puck.
Aww.
Okay.
Baby.
You see just
It's
a
the
little
baby. It's the baby.
teardrop of form on his eye, and he's like, "It has to work." As he begins to move forward.
Aw.
Mean.
This, sorry. The creature, the bird flies upwards and holds on to the both of you. And Paka begins his turn. Does anybody have any other orders for Paka in this instance? He is currently running with the rope.
I can't see him. Vincent's order was to make sure he keeps himself safe. Before that was about it.
Oh, I'm sorry. You guys are at 45 feet base, so he is only 35 feet above Paka. So as he takes the rope, spins it, throws it up. First off, I'm going to make a ranged attack for Paka. If one of you want to use your reaction, either Matilda or Jojo, you can give him advantage on this roll.
I'll use my reaction.
Matilda, you reach out in an attempt to help Paka throw that rope and grab onto it. Jojo, do you want to use your reaction to attempt to help Paka?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Jojo uses her reaction to attempt to help
I
Paka.
will say I picture this going very much the way of Spider-Man, where she falls and then accidentally
Aw.
breaks her spine. Because, well, it is a noose. It is a noose.
Takes a hero to save me. As he turns, he leans up and he throws the rope, and you have never seen worse form in your life.
Oh, God.
With a 2 advantage brought down to 1, and 3rd advantage brought up to a 16, he throws it loosely. It almost looks like he himself is going to be lifted, and he falls down, just pops his face down, is now prone.
Oh, no.
And as he kind of lays there, the rope flies up. Jojo, you reach down and you grab onto the back of the rope. You are now holding it in place, and Paka is kind of on the ground, face planted, as he looks up and is just like, as he sees you now have hold of the rope.
Imagine Jojo caught it with her foot and then somehow brought it up to her hand.
Awesome. That is Paka's turn. He still has a little bit of movement, so he's going to go here. And Matilda, you are up.
Oh, he's prone, so was he crawling?
Yes.
All right, battle gaze roll out. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna ED beady this thing. Fire didn't work very well. Was this? I don't know. I don't know why I didn't ED beady it. But let's ED beady it.
Fire actually seemed. You're like, fire didn't work very well. Looking up, you see the charred bird that's like. You're like, It's not
Fire
dead
didn't
though,
kill it,
and that's the
therefore it
problem.
didn't work.
Exactly.
Yeah, until the second I didn't one shot it. The fire didn't work that well. Okay, let's eaty beady this bitch. Okay, so the bird is the purple pulsing thing, yes?
Yeah.
It's a little
Okay.
fucked. Actually, the
Okay.
shocking grasp would go away now, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm going to keep that, get rid of that.
Hey, thank God all my spells are
Looks
in
like you got rid of
D&D,
the
not
Explorer.
whatever.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I'm just like being being very disadvantaged, right?
Yes.
Does that hit?
With 17, you blast this creature with disadvantage once more. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Oh, that sucks.
5.
Still a 5.
The creature, as it just heavily pants, you blast it in the center of the chest, and it looks down at you, and then looks down towards the ground, and you can see it's almost like panicked.
Also, hold on, plus a d6 because it's agonizing blast.
No. Okay.
No, Agonizing Blast doesn't add a d6. It just
Oh.
adds
That's
your
your-
charisma modifier, which was already
Oh,
added. You're thinking
sorry.
of Hex.
Oh,
there you go.
yes. I'm sorry. I haven't done Hex in a little bit. Thank you for understanding my character better than I do. I appreciate it. All right. Okay, sorry. Narrate, Adrian. Paint a word picture. I gave it 5 damage.
It's currently just looking at you, confused and terrified, and you can feel its grip almost begin to loosen. I rolled an int check for it, and it kind of realized that you are worse off as it begins to fucking shake you around, holding on and just desperately trying to just make you miss. It continues to fly up, but go ahead and launch your second blast.
I mean, at this point, it's a kindness if I euthanize you. You're very badly burnt.
I wonder how that happened.
Wasn't my fault.
17. again.
17. Go ahead and roll damage.
6.
Hey.
With 6 damage, as you blast the creature
no.
one final time, it's sitting there just being like, I can't drop you. You'll be at advantage to attack me. Or just all of these things run through its head as it's just looking down and trying to maintain its constant survival. But as it takes one last flap, you just boom, boom, 2 shots, one in the chest as the heart starts palpitating, and the other in the throat to just blast straight
Are
through.
Jojo and Matilda falling now?
They most certainly are.
Okay.
Uh,
And
having
they've
used
used a reaction, so no feather fall.
I'm
as the,
also raging, so I couldn't anyway.
as the
Yeah.
creature descends to 0, Jojo, you fall 35 feet and you hit the solid wood here. And Matilda, you fall 80 feet to the ground. So I'm going to roll
great.
this.
Bye, guys.
Is there
I
any
was
sort of dex check? I guess she's used her reaction.
The reactions have
Yeah.
been used. As you begin to fall, Jojo, you take 6, 12, 13, 14, 15
was-
points of... Actually, you fell 35 feet, so you still take 6, 7, 8, 9 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 4. And Matilda, as you descend the full 80 feet, you just boom, slam into the forest canopy below at 0. And as you do so, you just look around you. With your passive, you can see multiple more of those blue creatures in the ground around you that are slowly
no.
climbing up the trees in ambush position. You take 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have a question. If Matilda knew that she was falling, can I use the bird's body to break my fall a little bit?
You are not within the same space as the bird.
Rude.
And your reaction
Okay.
had been used previously.
That's okay. I like to ask, so it's okay.
Yep. But as you slam
Good
into the
count.
ground, 25 points of damage. And
Ready.
Jojo, you took 6, 7, 8, 9, half to 4.
Yeah, but are we prone?
Matilda is prone. Jojo, I'd say after falling and landing, roll a dex check. Doesn't take a reaction. I'm just curious.
17.
Jojo, you remain standing. You just kind of
Super
like
hero
scamper
landing.
up to your feet quickly enough. And Matilda, dex check for the distance of the fall. Roll this one with disadvantage.
Okay.
I don't think you fucking nailed the landing. As you land on the ground, you kind of like just bring yourself back up to a position as you look around and see all of these creatures climbing into position.
Those
That's
poor
not
shins,
what I would-
though.
Want to do less? Falling on like my ass from like 80 feet or falling on my feet from 80 feet? That's feel
I remember-
Don't worry about it. You're
it's way
Ashfall,
worse
though.
than the
It's different.
horizontal.
I worry more about the ground when an Ashbound falls. If you look around, Matilda, in your immediate line of sight, you can see that there is a ladder here that extends from the
Yes.
ground up towards the top of the canopy once more. At
But
the
that
end
was
of
my,
actually,
that was my
yes.
turn. Yes.
that was
okay.
your action.
I would like to get up from. Am I prone?
Nope, you landed.
Okay, cool. I would like to take a Healy potion, please, as a bonus action because owie.
Your healing light recovers on a short rest, right?
She's
No, on a
doing
long
potion.
rest.
Oh, okay.
She
I was just
puts
curious
drinking
about
a
healing
potion.
light. Totally
That's
cool.
okay. Oh, whoops. Okay, hold on. Need to select myself. Stop a character sheet. You're so big. Oh, there it is. You know, I could have just scrolled out. I was really dumb. Okay, sorry. I've played D&D before.
This is exactly how D&D is played, everybody. This is the default.
Yeah.
You're not doing it this way.
One of my other campaigns spent like half an hour on a puzzle that we made ourselves, which was trying to cut up a diamond so that we would have enough like spell reagents for like the 3 different spells we wanted to cast. But every cut would cost 100 gold, so we were trying to determine what would cost, like how we could split it up in such a way that it like made more sense. That was peak D&D.
What the heck
Matilda, is
going on?
there a problem?
I'm really trying to can you help me? Because
Yeah.
everything is like so much text and it's really not helping me.
For sure. Just a normal potion of healing.
Yes, please.
Target. Oop. You want consume? Yes, thank you. Ooh, that's 8.
Oh, perfect.
8 points
Thank
of
you so
healing
much.
towards you as you chug this potion down. You can feel 8 hit points worth of wounds begin to close.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes. Are you still bloodied?
I'm gonna go back and scroll up and see how much false life I had on myself because I never took damage, but now my D&D, my what are they, temporary hit points? All it says is plus D&D exclamation point. So there's no number there, but there was but there was a number there. So just give me a sec. I'm gonna figure that out. But I shouldn't be bloody anymore, I think. But I'll let you know if I am.
Looks like you
wondering
don't
what-
have temp hit points on your character sheet right now, but you have. I just threw 8 down because basically, we've basically ruled that because false life is all but a cantrip to you. When you
Yeah.
have the time to do so, you can just pop it until you get the
I
best
know,
result.
but I did earlier, but now it's not on there anymore. So I'm just gonna.
I
go
just
back
threw it
and
on
see.
for you.
Okay, sorry.
Not a problem.
So the 25 fall damage would be just minus 8 from that. That's how much damage you do.
Oh, that's fair. Here, I will. Oh, that's probably actually what happened. It went through your temporary hit points first. So you're at 9. So
Mm.
your hit points are.
No, it didn't because I was at 36 and I minus 25 from 36. I didn't have a number there for temp hit points anymore.
But 25
didn't-
minus 36 is 11, and you are currently
Yeah.
at 19. So that is
Yeah, because I
8
added
additional.
8 because I added 8 to it from the potion just now.
Right.
So
And
add
now I
another
need to
Oh,
add
so
another
add another
8.
8. Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. I
Alright.
just threw it on for you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
That is all good. And now, is that the end of your turn, though? You still have movement.
I see all these like fucking crazy ass like shit going down, right? Like there's all these like crazy other.
I can actually put where these creatures, I can make them visible for you. You see one here that is crawling this northern section.
Mm-hmm.
Make visible, please. Thank you. You're not blinded. You see that there is one here
Mm-hmm.
that is climbing the southern section. You count 5 in total. Where are the rest of your visibility? You actually only count 2 from, 3 from where you're standing.
Is out of curiosity, is Matilda able to see this ladder from where she is, or is there tree cover blocking it?
She cannot see that one.
Gotcha. Okay.
These creatures are at about 20 feet up the side at this point, and are continuing their
wanna-
climb.
I want to try and start climbing up the ladder that's in front of me.
Oh, there is one directly in front of you. It's under the bird. As you make your way over towards the ladder, 5 feet over, and you begin to climb. You have 30 feet total, so you're 25 feet up the ladder right
Yeah.
now.
And then I shout out, "More incoming!" And then my turn.
Matilda plummets, hits the ground, a few seconds of silence. More incoming! And then she begins to climb again. Selenite turns her attention towards the creatures that have just attacked her. I think we'll just respond in kind.
Thank you for your patience.
Of course.
Sorry, math sucks. Or I suck at math, actually.
You need to get to know how to play D&D 5e dot perspective dot Matilda. Now, there is some funky going on. Oh, she actually manages to hit as she brings a mace attack backward and slams into the top of the head of this creature, suffering just a blitz of damage. She then just kind of pumps this little bit of extra energy, leaning back, and you hear the creature kind of begin to warble slightly. She prepares and kind of leans back, flipping her mace around in her hand and waiting for just a downward slam. But looking around, she's also going to back away and bump into Killian on the outside of the fog cloud. Can she make it here? She can. She kind of like hits you, Killian, and then circles around and then launches over to the side. As soon as she breaches it, she looks in towards the creatures inside and just prepares a spell in her hand. At the end of Selene's turn. This creature begins to shuffle over here. I'm gonna pick up and throw Paka, I think.
Yeah, Paka!
Ooh, actually, never mind. The creature reaches down and goes to grab onto Paka, and you see this just massive root-like hand attempt to engulf him. So, Constitution saving throw.
No! Our baby bean!
So this is fun. Paka needs to avoid being grappled by this thing.
Evade.
Keep cheering him on, guys. You see the hand come down, slam down onto Paka's body, and just begin to entwine. You see the roots kind of go even all the way underneath the floorboards and lift up. And when it does so, Paka is not there. The creature then just, you see this like thin little ball begin to move into its body. And then it stands at full height once more. So that
You
is
guys yell-
Constitution saving throw.
You guys yell, no, Paka!
I don't see shit. I'm in a
Yeah,
fog cloud.
JoJo's like, Paka, no!
Okay.
The creature has done that. It is then going to use the rest of its movement to go over here. Jojo, you are not. Oh, it can't go there. Dang it. What is the range on this? 5 feet. It brings its hand back and goes to just like boom, 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 boom as it slams the ground, moving towards you, Jojo, like a lawnmower.
Oh.
That's what lawnmowers do. They hit the ground hard so that the grass gets matted, and just as long as it was before. Jojo, you were up.
Okay, JoJo is going to I think JoJo's going to ignore this other one, and she's just gonna go up to this big one and attack it twice. With her warhammer? No, I want the sword. Lodanian sword. I haven't taken my weapon out yet, so now I will hit with sword. And that is an attack I will do recklessly because it just ate my mule! That's a 26 to hit.
Jeez, 26 hits, go and roll damage.
Like a country
Oh, wait,
song.
sorry. I wanted to do versatile. Can I re-roll that?
You may, yes.
It's worse. 9.
Huzzah! As you bring the blade back, you slash across the creature's body.
Oh. Could you give me raging? For some reason, I tried to do rage and it didn't give me the thing, so it should have a plus my rage.
What is your rage bonus right now?
Should be +2.
+2? Okay. So that is another 2 damage. I'll throw that on there. Rage. Consume resource. Do you have, how many rages do you have? 2 out of 3. You're good. There you go.
This is my first time raging today.
You rested.
Yeah,
So there's when you rage, because you have the separate rage effects, you have 2 buttons you need to press. You need to do damage, and then you need to do apply active effects, and then it will pop onto you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Most
Thank
days.
you.
And now that is an additional 2 damage, and go ahead and bring that second swing in.
Roger. Attack. Advantage. That is 23 to hit.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Versatile. Normal. Oh yeah, 16 damage. And then as she comes in with those swings, sure. And then she just goes, ah! And the ray of radiant light, like point blank right in this guy's face. And that's going to be another D6 of radiant. I need a con save from it.
That's every round.
Every round is my bonus action.
Amazing. Con save. What is the DC?
The DC is based on my Constitution score. So it's oh no, hang on. I can find it. Features. DC 15.
15. It does manage to save. It just pulls
Okay.
those roots in front of it and then blocks the majority of this light.
So it does not take that 3 radiant damage. And that's my turn.
Roll intelligence. Or investigation, your choice.
Definitely investigation.
That makes sense.
That is 14.
Looking at this creature, you assume that it has a better constitution than the smaller ones around you.
Okay.
It might be a better choice to concentrate that fucking malaise on the smaller bastards that are all around you.
Okay.
From where you are currently, you can see a couple of these guys climbing up as well. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
They've reached 20 feet. Vincent, at the end of JoJo's turn, you were up.
Okay. He knows these dudes are in front of him. I need this guy to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
DC is 14.
Does not succeed.
Hold on. Trying to find spell. $11 psychic damage, and then I want him to run away. Oh yeah, I can't see him, so I can't see him. That's fine. So what you guys basically see is Vincent is going to move here first. He's going to take out his put his hands up and just swipe across his keyboard as it comes into operation, and it sends a shockwave of pain into this guy's back, which he then fails because he cast his whispers doing that, and then he starts, I guess, fleeing in the other direction.
So here's the fun thing. It doesn't know where you are currently. It heard you shuffling faintly. So it is going to flee in a direction it determines to be away from you. It knows you're to the left from your movement just now. I'm going to roll a D4 to determine the direction. On a 1 or a 3, or actually this will be a D6. On a 1 or a 4, it runs down the pathways. On anything else, it runs right off the fucking top.
All I could picture, because we can't see shit, is that we hear all of a sudden a keyboard
Wow.
and then screaming.
During that as well, the smoke around Vincent as he moves from here to here, the fog starts turning black and spreading out from him. So now there's black, ichor basically inside of the smoke cloud, making it even denser. And then this guy, yeah, because his eyes were a little bit visible during that, I like to think. So.
It's probably very uncomfortable for these creatures now, because before it was smoke, now it's moving through just black molasses, and it's just this black tenuous texture. But as the creature turns, it does manage to actually roll one of the numbers needed to run directly down the pathway, shambling against the sides of the walls. And this one in front of you is just desperately staring around to try and find anything to attack. Is that the end of your turn?
I'll take another step back here. And that thing, if it uses its reaction to run away, so it's consumed its reaction. And it has to move 30 feet if it can. So whether it goes through a space or jumps to a tree or something, it has to try and get as far as it can.
Okay, it is capable of climbing. Where was it before? It was here. Go ahead and bring it back there. So it's going to do this. It runs over to the side and just begins to move over the side of the bridge and lands next to its ally, as it then turns itself around and stares towards the spot where it was just terrified, hearing in the back of its mind.
Would Bladebeak get an attack of opportunity?
And Killian, you guys pass both of them.
Well,
Yes,
Killian's using a ranged weapon right now, so.
Uh-oh.
Bladebeak gets an attack of opportunity as it ran past. And, well, is this considered forced movement? No.
No,
No,
it
it's
Nope,
uses its
it is not.
reaction to run.
Beautiful. So you are up. You can get an attack of opportunity if you wish. Ranged weapon, you could still like blast it off the side, potentially.
Really?
Maybe it's currently climbing off to the side. That would be pretty rough.
Ooh, nat 20.
Oh my god, I love it. 10 damage.
Yeah.
1d20 plus 2 plus 2. It's a 8. Is how?
Sure.
What's the damage? D8.
I'm not sure if it rolled a D8. So here's
I rolled a
that.
D as the you got 2 for the on the D8 plus 8.
Oh,
But is
okay.
there a
Oh,
modifier
right,
to force
sorry.
empowered rend?
Sorry?
So here's the thing, it's 1d8 plus 2 force damage, so it doesn't look like it did. So in this instance, you got 18 points of damage. Oof. As Killier's blade beak spins its head to the side, just brings itself out, force blade, cut the thing, vivisects it in half as it attempts to crawl over the side, and it just descends, splatting against the ground underneath. Deceased.
Hell yeah.
Garrett has bird too. Hell of a turn. The beginning of the next round, these creatures climb another 20 feet up. And now several more come into view. If they are indeed in view for you. The creatures that had been stalking you throughout the forest previously have begun to grow in mass. At the beginning of the round, Killian, you were up.
Yeah, Gillian is just going to take a shot at this guy with her gun. And despite it being in point blank range, the amulet on her neck, the little cogs are going to start turning. And she gets a 10 plus her bonus, which I think is probably a hit. Hell, if I had her bonus immediately ready. Plus 7, so 17 to hit.
Ooh. You turn around, you take aim, and you blast 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Right. Oops, I need to target something. I need to target something first. The roll just to let it roll damage for me. Ooh, 6.
6 damage. You can also use the Bardic Inspiration you were given to add 2 damage or healing.
Ooh, I would
via
love
Tasha's
to add
rules?
damage. Yeah. It's a D8 or D6, Bianca.
Sorry, repeat.
Your Bardic Inspiration, what size die is
D6.
it? D6, okay. And let me just make sure that I can use Furio the Small on something that's the same size as me. No, I cannot. Okay.
This is a medium creature.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay, then in that case, an additional 6 damage.
Goodness, so another 9.
Oh yeah.
Face.
You bring yourself down close as you can, aim up towards the bottom of its face, you blast, most of the face is gone, and as the creature is now bloody, it still just turns its attention down towards you with just this hole where its head once was.
She just curses in Goblin, which I guess these things understand. Just calls it like a axe beats nest or something like that. And then she turns to Selene and says, "You can finish it off, right?"
As you say that, the creature takes a moment, the second you look away, and you can honestly see that your statement there bothered it, because it viciously goes and attempts to just slash at your throat with its retaliation. As it brings its weapon back, that hits. Do you want to use Blade Beak to attempt to deflect?
Yeah.
So disadvantage. Your AC right now is Blade Beak once again brings that tail in and just boom, deflects the blade off to the side, managing to avoid it entirely. And as you look at Selene, she looks down towards it and she's like, "I have a fucking idea," and goes to attempt to kick it off the side.
Okay. So that was one of my attacks. Do I see this in range of me?
From where you are, yes, you can see it.
Okay. I'm just gonna quickly measure. It is within range, so just a regular attack roll. Boop. Nice.
25 hits. Go and roll damage.
What are all these twos? 6 damage.
As you just let loose with this hunting rifle, it just splinters against the side of the wood, slams into the hand of the creature climbing, and then just blasts it with splinters, but it just continues its climb upwards.
And then I will just kind of knock into the sides of Bladebeak to have it head into the fog this way. While it does so, I'm going to have Bladebeak repair itself. So the head just kind of shunks back into the body a little bit, and it looks a little bit like a loaf. And then it just vibrates under me as it buffs out some of the dents.
Are you running on Bladebeak?
I'm on Bladebeak, yes.
Okay, excellent. They've used their reaction, so they cannot attack you. As you make your way into the center, is that the end of your turn?
Yes. 2d8.
Did you use Vincent's Bardic Inspiration, Killian?
I did, yeah. It didn't. I used it for damage, which it didn't prompt me to, so I need to have that removed.
I can do that.
But Bladebeak's back up to full.
Oh, beautiful. The just vibration and magic begin to repair the creature from the inside out. And at the end of your turn, the just vine-like creatures that seem to be composed of the wood of the forest around begin to move once more. So manages to get up to here, and then just dives onto the tree and over towards you, Jojo. Actually, I think this one's going to go here and look down towards you, Matilda. And as it just kind of like reaches over, it begins to climb vertically down. As it reaches the just 5 feet above you at 30 feet, it brings its spear back and goes in for a stab. This one, I think, dives here and begins to... It's not going to rush into the fog cloud. What are you going to do? I think it just joins the fray over here, hopping onto the top of this tree over here. It's now 50 feet up. Then these ones just begin to move. As they all move into position, this one is going to do this, this, this. Vincent, you are not within range. This guy should be at 45 now, so he will also move over here and attempt to... He's going to dash to get up into the fog cloud, and he runs into you, Vincent, as you can feel from behind you. But as they all begin their attacks against the lot of you. Jojo, 2 attacks come in against you. Matilda, 1 comes in against you. Killian, 1 comes in against you. The fight continues. So,
Does the one near Selene go, or no?
yes, thank you. Target her as well. Okay, from the top down, as the fight goes on, this just hectic flurry of blows comes in. Jojo, one comes in, stabbing towards your foot, you just reach up and stab it down into the ground, and the other comes in and rakes across your back for a hit. Matilda, the one climbing down towards you, takes that spear and just, with nowhere to run, plants it down and scrapes across your chest as you narrowly avoid a blow to the top of your head. And Killian, one comes in, actually, let me give that disadvantage. Or it is a straight roll, my apologies. One comes in the dark, and you just barely see the glint of the blade fly through, managing to avoid a blow directly to your face as it scratches across. And the one attacking Selene goes in for a weak strike with no face, and she just kind of avoids it, waiting in order to just slam the creature in the throat to kick her off the side. However, right now, Jojo, you only take 3 points of piercing damage. Matilda, you take 7 points of piercing damage. And Killian, you take 7 points of piercing damage.
You're already halving that, right?
No,
For
yours
me?
is not even halved yet.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
So
just
halved
like
to 1. And at the beginning of Paka's turn, he must roll a Constitution saving throw. Matilda, you were up.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. That guy stabbed me. That wasn't very nice. But I'm gonna test out my theory. I'm going to touch the gem on the neck piece here, and then I'm going to cast light on it and make sure that it's blue. And I'm gonna see what happens. Do they react to the light?
You bring your hand down. What do you touch again? Sorry.
There's the gem on Matilda's character art right on her neck, and she touches it, and she casts light on it, and it's blue light.
As it just begins to erupt outwards in this pale blue, painting the world around you with color. The creature kind of like recoils from the light for a brief second and then continues staring down at you, unaffected.
Oh, no! Uh-oh.
Roll
Okay.
investigation.
Investigation. Thank goodness it's not D&D. If I mean investigation anymore, it's just regular old ED guest station.
As you look on towards this creature, unaffected by the light, you ascertain there must have been some other factor before that was causing these creatures to recoil, as opposed to just the color.
Oh, just fire.
And as the creatures look on towards you, unaffected by this light, anything with your bonus action?
I'll healing light myself a couple times just to be safe. Okay. Alrighty. Boop. Eek. Normal. And then 30. Normal. Okay, that's my turn. I'm done.
You heal up as feathers descend upon you, and you've just become a beacon of azure across the open forest. As you do so at the end of your turn, Selene is she's actually capable of trying to kick this thing. Going to just attempt to boot this creature right off the side.
Oh, I do shout out, light doesn't...
Oh, you cut out there.
Oh, I was like, light doesn't work!
the anticipation. Light doesn't. Silence. And then the creature is going to attempt to acrobatics its way out of this. Selene plants a boot on this creature's chest and just kicks it right off the edge. As it descends the 45 feet, it does not have enough hit points to survive, and it just slams into the ground, deceased. As she turns her attention towards everything that's going on, she takes her shield in hand and slams against it. It's just like, hey, you fucking plants! This way! As she turns and is going to attempt to dive over this open space. What is your strength? She turns, she prepares, plants one foot on the edge, and boom, lands on the other side, just long jump like a pro,
Is she more
and
than
begins.
60 feet away from Killian? Does the spell
Is 45 feet from Killian. And she attempts to draw the attention of these creatures over here.
Competent women are so hot, Adrian. Like, you just make them so competent.
She had the strength score to back it up.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all I
yeah,
can
yeah.
say. The shambling mound turns its attention towards you, Jojo, and makes 2 slam attack.
Come at me.
Come on, man.
Come at me. Oh,
It's gonna. Oh?
I'm just wondering if it had advantage. Did I? I definitely attacked it.
You
Recklessly.
recklessly before,
Yeah.
It brings its hands back, slams down towards you. Ooh, jeez. 2 19s. Let me roll with advantage just in case there's a
Ooh.
20. One of those was a 20.
Oh.
So as the blasts come down towards you, these just 2 massive mammoth hands crunch on top of you and just begin to pummel downward. You take, that is a grand total of 36 points of bludgeoning damage. Halved to
17?
18.
Okay.
And just kind of withstanding the blow of like an elephant just dropping a dump truck on you, or a steamroller if you were. You look on towards the fight, and
just a
that is the
dump.
end of the creature's turn.
I really, in my brain, just imagined the elephant taking a shit on Jojo.
Oh no. Actually, I am mistaken.
Let's
Please
not go
roll.
in that direction.
Please roll an athletics or acrobatics check. You're raging, so you have advantage on athletics.
I'll do acrobatics then. No, I'm
Cool.
kidding.
Sounds good to me. DM likes this.
22.
22.
Athletics.
The vines begin to pour over you in just a fraction of a second, but you just tear them apart and maintain your composure as it attempts to engulf you. Vincent, you were up. Jojo, you were up.
I was like, huh?
Oh, hey, look, it's me. You at one point said that we could do a shove as one of our attacks in extra attack.
A shove or grapple. You can replace any part of your attack with a shove or grapple.
Okay, cool. I think I'm just gonna turn to this one and fucking boot it. With an athletics check.
I
You
think-
got
Now continue.
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
okay.
20.
Height levels are
20?
confusing me. Is what's happening.
This one's on top of a tree. This one has climbed down, so technically it's here. So let me just post. It's basically on top of Matilda's space, 5 feet above her. And this one is right next to you. So both of them are within melee range. This one's a little bit out of melee range, just because it's the additional 5 feet higher. But you turn, you just kick it in the chest, and it slams against the tree in the back and just begins to twirl as it descends into the forest floor.
And then it's going. She is going to turn to this one and take a swang.
It is just out. Oh, the big guy?
Yeah, the big guy.
Perfect.
What to do? If I do it recklessly, then it has lots of attacks against her, and this is only one attack. It only have. I'm gonna do normal, but I'm gonna use my amulet, the clockwork amulet. Yay! So it's gonna just be a 10 plus the. Hang on, I'm just gonna roll normal because I don't know what my bonuses are. Oh well, look at that. It was a 10 plus 8, so 18.
18 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yay. Normal. That's 11 damage of the slashing variety, and then she turns around one more time and she looks up at this one and she does a radiant blast toward it. From
Did
her
you do
face.
versatile on that one?
I did.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and then that is 1d6. I need a con save from the guy that's up in the tree right behind me.
Excellent. That is a fail.
It takes 5 radiant damage and it is blinded until the end of its next turn.
As you blast this creature with radiant, I like the visibility. Huh! Giant kick, slash across, turn around, bah!
Yeah, it was just like a 360 of damage. Yeah.
Just fucking laser. If anyone was off in the distance walking, being like, this forest is scary. Blue light, explosions, laser beams. Holy shit, firebolts. Bird, just grab 2 people. Okay, this forest sucks.
This might be a deep cut, but I feel like your radiant, like, once a turn laser beam is like from the music video for I Feel Better by Hot Chip. I don't know if you guys know that one.
I need to look that up.
That is quite the reference. Based on the
It
words
fits,
you have
man, it
used, that feels super far away. I do want to see that now, though.
It reminds me of the spotlights that you'd always see from like Playland or the P&E when it's on, and you just see those lights like in the moving back and forth in the clouds, and you're like, oh, shit's going down over there. And that's kind of what I think is happening. You're like, oh, yep, there's JoJo.
I'm okay with this.
People are
canon.
outside of the fair in the forest. However, Vincent, you are now up.
Okay. Sensing the dude like bump into it from behind, he's just gonna like. You can see the rest of the cloud basically solidifies into this almost black smoke, and he's going to turn around in it and lean in to this guy's like ear, and then you can see like those yellow eyes, basically through the black smoke. I'd suggest you lead in that direction, please. And I need him to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. It might not be able to succeed. No, it can. Okay. It does not succeed.
Okay.
It turns, and as you begin to just call into, you might go, flee, be gone, in the back of its mind, as the dissonant whispers begin to tear into its psyche. 9 psychic damage.
There's
creature-
a hole here. You see
There is. Here's the thing. It's outside of the fog, but I'm going to roll perception for the creature.
It's fleeing
So-
in terror, so.
You see it grab the side with both of its hands and just deftly begin to move. It's done this every day of its life. And as it begins to move out of the fog, it falls straight through the fucking hole. You see it descend 45 feet immediately. It flies forward, slams onto the front of the other side, and then just begins to backflip until it, boom, slams into the ground. 46 fall
Hard
damage.
to create habits, man.
This one is not bloody. The other one, as it slams into the ground, you can hear it call out in bloody terror, and it is now bloody. This one, however, remains kind of just very hurt.
I mean, like, I go up and down my stairs every single day. I still sometimes manage to fall down them. So just because you've been doing things for a long time does not mean you're always going to be successful.
Yeah.
Humans. And Vincent.
Is he inside the fog cloud here or outside? I can't tell.
You are currently in the fog cloud.
Is he able to peek his head out, or would he be standing in this space? Like, this is confusing with this guy.
This creature
There's
is
a
at
hole
0
there.
now, so he's there is a hole there, yeah.
Okay, so could he lean over to stick his head out, or would I have to occupy that space?
You would
and
have to
then
move
fall?
over to the space.
Okay, and I would fall. Cool. So Vincent is instead. He saw the hole there before. I was just trying to see. 5, 10. Let's see, we'll go here. And then he'll go. Hold on. Yeah, he'll wait here then. And I will end my turn.
You circle around and you begin to just nimbly move yourself through the battlefield. Killian, you're up.
So I got like stabbed from behind or something, right? Or was it about to until
I-
Blade deflected? No.
Yes.
You did hit, right?
I believe it was deflected last time.
No, so
This one
it
was deflected.
Yeah.
But I think I got when I got in here.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember
did
if
take
Killian
damage.
knows
You
that
would
for some
absolutely
reason.
know where the creature is if that's where you're getting from.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm good.
Awesome.
Yeah, alright, well, as is tradition, ranged attack against a thing that I can kind of see. So disadvantage anyway, so who says no?
I don't. As
It
per
would
tradition.
be because they're also blinded. It would be a neutral roll.
Okay.
Yeah, straight roll.
Well, I think an 18 hits regardless.
I think a 20 hits better, which is what
Oh,
the straight
was
roll
that
would
the
have
first
been.
roll?
That was.
Ah,
Go ahead and
nice.
roll that critical hit damage.
I'll take it.
Ooh.
Yes.
As you, oh my god, you turn, you take aim, you blast the creature in the side of the face, and it just launches it off the side, descends to the ground, deceased.
All right. Well, given that Killian has not suffered wounds that she did not actually receive, she figures that Selene is in a decent spot and is going to continue onward. So her action is actually done because she doesn't have anything else to like attack from where she is. So she's just gonna spurn Bladebreak forward and bump into the back of Vincent.
He'll turn around and he probably hears like mechanical noises and he'll like squeeze up against the edge and let you guys through.
Okay.
Essentially like deathly doing like some nice acrobatics move to let you
Yeah.
guys go through.
It's probably a little janky. I probably like rein in Bladebeak, not knowing that you're there, even though you know that I'm there. But yeah, and then we come out, and Bladebeak will attack.
This creature, also having held its action to ensure as soon as something came into its range it would attack, does the same.
Ooh.
And the two of you attempt to exchange blows, but the first one comes in and just whiffs it to the side as you rain Bladebeak in at the perfect time and go in for your attack.
Perfect. Wow.
Oof.
Both of you go to exchange blows, and both of you just manage to dodge out of the way at the perfect time. and then bring yourselves back.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, creatures regain their reactions. The one that you had kicked down to the ground is going to dash up, having already been aware, and just reaches the cusp of the top of this area. These one moves into range here. Actually, no, Selene had called this one before, so it chases after her instead. This one looks on. Shit, you gotta go all the way over here and climb back up. 10 feet there. Almost back. It basically just begins to move through the fog until it eventually reaches wood and is like, my old friend. And begins to crawl up aggressively back towards the Vincent that had scared the shit out of it, send it away before. These one, and these one, and these one all begin their onslaught against the lot of you. Okay, so here's how this is going to go. The attacks come in swiftly and without relent. But as you look on towards these just flurries of spear blows that come in towards you, you notice that there's quite a bit of relent. All of them miss, except for Matilda's. Matilda, one spear comes in towards you, and you just barely manage to, like, lowering or using the light. The creature kind of is still having a difficult time being in front of this fucking spotlight that's shining in its face. So as it comes in, scratches across the side of your cheek, you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
The worst roll it can possibly get. That is the creature's turns, everyone.
Almost worse, like it's like a paper cut.
Good news, everyone. Pocket rolls a Constitution saving throw.
This is for breathing. Could he roll an intelligence check to see if he can remember he has the potion of like air breathing on him or whatever it's called?
That is an interesting offer, and I will take that into consideration.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and roll this Constitution.
He also has the potion of fire breathing, which he could nuke this thing from the inside.
Okay.
Paka, come on, you're a smart little bean. You're our baby genius.
Yeah, you can't use bean. Bean exists. Let me see here.
His name is Beans. He's not our bean. He is Beans.
I'm just going to go ahead and DM caveat here. His name is Bean. His nickname is Beans, which is the best thing ever. I'm just kidding. As you guys look on towards this.
Takes on an honorific, it would be the Beans.
The Beans. So I am going to roll that intelligence save. Okay.
Come on.
So here's what I think happens. Potion of Fire Breath, there you are. Excellent. So from within, I would say it's pretty unreasonable that this creature can succeed on a dexterity saving throw. So I'm going to give it advantage, just to be a dick. You guys, the creature just snarls, slams its fists down on you, Jojo, rears back, and just lets out a plume of flame. And at first, you guys are just like, this thing can fucking breathe fire too, until eventually it just reaches forward and begins to wrench open its own mouth, and it's just clawing and raking at its own insides in order to get towards this. That's a fair bit of damage here.
Nice.
You see this creature now just desperate to pull back, but you take note that the flames that lick at these vines don't seem to be burning them as aggressively as you would expect. And at the end of Paka's turn, Matilda, you are up. There is a creature above you halting your progress right now.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Gatekeeping. Anyway, I want to itty bitty them, but I also don't want them to fall on me and take me with them. So, like, can I angle my itty bitty so they, like, fall to the side of me so I'm not gonna, like, fuck myself?
With that consideration in mind, I think that you would not in any way be surprised by any kind of check that would come your way, but there is an ability that makes it so that your Eldritch Blast launches creatures back and you don't have it. So I would say that in this case, you just have to be very conscientious that that is a danger.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really have any other options, so Fuck you. All right, here we go.
I wonder if you can do like it's a shove except it's a pull.
You can just I basically rule that you can shove in any direction when you
Oh,
try and get
cool.
a creature, because I picture you guys as epic martial artists. So like you could just try and throw them off to the side.
Adrian, maybe them, but not me. I have a -1 to strength. It would be like a
That's
wet
true.
piece of paper hitting
The-
like a rock.
The ashbound little like porcelain doll girl will walk up and just be like, "Oh, there's a card in the way," and just continue walking with one hand push. Like that's the danger of it. But that's how I picture y'all.
Yeah. Okay,
Give it the old
disadvantage.
Buddha palm.
Itty bitty, itty bitty, my turret. Come on, my turret.
That's what I like to see.
Alright.
You blast this creature, roll damage. It's a good number.
Yeah.
This creature seems somewhat constitutive, so it seems to have a bit of hit points. But as you blast it, it seems very hurt from that.
Get fucked. Come on, my turret. No.
Still a 16.
16 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Your to hit is so high that like
Yeah.
unless you roll like a 5, like a 3 lower, you're probably
Ooh.
Eat shit.
That's the number you needed. As you blast the creature, it just slams it to the side and just descends upon you. Roll a strength check.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I like in this combat you've both like killed something that was holding you up in the air and then killed something that was right above you to drop on you.
Matilda's like a walking OSHA violation, I feel like. You wanted a strength save, yeah?
Please and thank you.
Is it normal or disadvantage?
Normal.
to save or check.
Oh yeah, sorry, no strength ability check.
I don't
Oh,
think it
sorry.
changes. It's still the same, but
I also don't consider this to be athletics, because athletics I picture being something that is strenuous over a period of
Oh,
time.
could I roll acrobatics instead? Please?
Yeah, that makes sense to me. Go ahead.
Okay, cool, because anything strength is -1. My acrobatics is +0, so...
Excellent.
Oh, come on. Come on, my turret. Ow!
Somehow
it's
worse.
a 3.
You fall the 20 feet. Here's what happens though, and I think it's really cool. You turn and you just like lift yourself off, holding onto the ladder with one hand. And as you hit kind of the back of the rope, the creature falls and just kind of rakes across your hand with the last of its movement. As it descends and hits the ground, you just let go that last little bit. You fall 20 feet. Roll another dex check to see if you land prone. This is a very low DC though.
Sakes.
It's very
You
low
said
DC. You've
dex
already rolled a
check,
5 and a 3. You should be good.
Dex check?
Indeed.
Okay. I'm not mad. This is fucking hilarious, but like, holy fuck, man. Come on, my turret.
Nope.
Oh,
Yay!
5 is what you needed. It was an
Oh.
easy check. But
Oh.
as you land, you just barely manage to keep to your feet, kind of popping back for a second, but you are not prone. And the creature slams into the ground. Whew, I love
Your
it.
knees are gonna be screwed in your 30s.
You don't know that.
You gotta
This
get the
doesn't matter.
regeneration
There's
spell.
nothing comes
So,
back.
Matilda, you know that thing you do when like you fall and you're like, fuck, did anybody see that?
Be in
Matilda,
pain.
Matilda just like dusts off her pants, like looks back and forth, hoping nobody saw her eat shit, and like climbs back up the 30 feet up the ladder.
As you look, oh yeah, nice. You're actually higher than you were before.
Yeah.
You managed to get up to where that creature was, and as you continue climbing, you're just like, did anyone see me? You look over, you see one of the vine creatures, like,
They die next.
I don't care about the vine creatures. I was more worried about my party.
nobody saw it.
Vincent's been in a fog cloud this whole
Yeah,
time.
no,
He's not seeing shit.
no one saw Matilda's.
Busy.
Yeah, too busy. Good job, my turret. Okay.
At
that
the end of
is-
your turn, actually, you have a bonus action.
Did I take any damage?
You did. You take 6 points of fall damage.
Okay, we did not.
Thank you for the
determine that.
reminder.
No worries.
Bludgeoning damage, technically. I know you like calling it fall
Yeah,
damage. but-
fuck this tree. It doesn't do radiant damage. I'm gonna end my turn.
Alrighty. At the end of your
Oh, wait.
turn,
Wait, one thing. When I look at any of my can I see any of my party members?
from where you are, no.
No, not even
Like-
Selne.
No, she's pretty. far
She's
away
quite
from
a
you.
ways away.
The farthest from you.
Okay. Do I think that if I set another forest fire, would that be helpful or detrimental?
That
I don't know.
is your prerogative.
I'm just
Okay.
those words alone should be very self-explanatory. But if you want to roll, because you're not sure if Matilda knows that, you can also do that.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
You didn't
like,
that part in the forest school.
no.
In the kindergarten, they didn't cover that section yet.
No,
It's
no
just
Smokey
all
the
fucking
Bear.
forests with this girl. So tell you what, you can roll investigation if you want. The outcome of that investigation would likely be you don't know. I think basically like whether or not these creatures, you've seen that you haven't
think it's
actually seen the
more-
effects of fire on them.
Well, the thing is, like, more because I did the light experiment and that didn't work, so I'm wondering if it's not light, if it's fire, and that's what I'm trying to like determine if like if maybe me.
You do know fire hurts us, though. You are aware of that.
Here's what I'll
Just
say.
less so than you guys, but
This turn has run on a little while, and a bonus
Okay,
action won't
sorry.
be enough for this anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's
I'll tell
fine,
you what.
that's
Next turn we can dive into that a little bit more.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I was
Not a
just-
problem at
I
all.
was gonna forget, but anyway, that is a train of thought I am having.
I will try and remember for you, but I'll probably forget to. Selenay moves over to the
runaway
side of
train
this
of
creature, and it worked one time. Let's go for round 2. Athletics check. They can succeed that potentially. Turns and just once again plants a boot to the side of this creature and just kicks it right off the edge. It descends 45 feet, hits the ground, takes 4 fall damage. 4d6 fall damage. 13 bludgeoning. Slams into the ground and just bloodied. Selenay then uses the rest of her movement to move the entire battlefield at once. And then she does her proper movement and begins to run in.
she is not blinded anymore, so you can get rid of her blinding condition.
She is not. Did she roll that with disadvantage? No, that's just an athletics check. And then as she runs in, it is now the Shambling Mount's turn. Here's what happens. Its arms reach out, and it begins to latch onto the sides of these platforms as it just begins to move in between, hanging and forming itself as its own, like, barrier. It moves over to about... Oh, y'all are blocking it, huh? It's gonna go here. Can't do very much, actually. It's gonna go to this spot right here as it just begins to lift and hoist itself above the 45-foot fall, kind of like nestling into the trees. It almost becomes a feature of the environment. And as it does so, the vines around it begin to lash out at everyone around it. Killian, Bladebeak, Jojo, Matilda, you were just out of range. Vincent, you were just out of range. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a dex saving throw?
Yes, please.
Right.
Jojo, you managed to succeed, but Bladebeak and Killian, both of you take 14 points of piercing damage as these vines just tear out like buckshot towards you and begin to immediately attempt to eviscerate everyone in the area. That is the creature's turn. And Jojo, you were up.
So this creature's still, like, within range of me, though. Pretty good. Like, right in front of me, and to the side. I would really love to spend my turn to try and get Paka out. To try and just, like, throw my hands in there and just, like, try and pull the vines open to give Paka an opening to get out.
Well, the vines are open, right? It was like pulling itself to like reveal the fire, or not fully?
It like was tearing at its mouth. But it is not like opened itself to the point where you can see Paka right now. It's just a mass of vines and tangle.
Yeah, would I be able to do something like that?
You can attempt to do improvised action. Go ahead and roll just a straight athletics check.
Okay. Straight athletics meeting advantage because I'm raging?
Indeed.
Okay.
You reach forward and you grab
24.
onto the vines. With a 24, for each 5 points that you manage to accomplish, roll 1d6 of bludgeoning damage as you attempt to just rip pieces of this creature off of it.
So I'm just like one short of getting that 5th one, huh?
Yes.
Okay, that sucks. Okay, that's 15.
The creature, as you are just ripping pieces of it off and throwing them off into the distance, you are looking in and you ascertain that probably made it a little bit easier, but the vines are attempting to close in on a specific spot that you can probably begin to tell is the location where Paka is being held. As the creature itself holds itself into place, the skin seems to have given quite a bit of way here, but as to whether or not Paka he's not visible yet.
Killian, right there. Do you see it? That's where Paka is. And she like turns. She's like yelling at you, and you just see the eyes are just glowing red. And as she's speaking, just like her entire mouth is just like glowing. And she turns around to this one again, and she just goes like ah, and just beams it. I need another con save from them.
Big one?
No, the one that's already blinded from me.
Excellent.
This one.
Perched on top of a tree.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw. Nope.
3 radiant, and it's still blinded.
Oh, oops. You slam the creature with your laser beam and turn back your attention towards the encircling of enemies around you. Is that the end of your turn?
I think I'm going to move. Am I gonna move here? I'm sort of in Matilda's way if I do that. I'll just stay where I am. Yeah, that's me. That's me.
All right, Vincent, you were up.
Okay. Move forward. Let's add some information about Paka. Killian, is there anyone in front of you?
Yep.
And you see I need them to roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
You don't need to be able to see the creature, just be aware of it for
No.
this ability, right? Yeah.
We need to be able to hear me.
They do not succeed.
Keyboard comes out again, and to everyone else, it's quite a lovely little tune. Not to this thing.
You do not even need to issue a command, because as soon as this discordant melody begins to just pour into the creature, it looks towards you and it's just like... It just slams into the ground as it just rakes at its own head until eventually its headphones fall completely off and it is deceased.
Oh no.
I'm going to assume Killian, I've dealt with your little problem.
Thanks.
No problem. Jojo?
Yeah,
You said Paka's nearby, right?
Paka's in the creature. It ate him. But
It's going to turn towards kind of where the direction of Jojo, where she's shouting. Assuming that she's near there because she was yelling. Paka, dear, if you can hear me, hold strong. We're coming in. I'm going to inspire him. Can't target him, but...
You feel the magic of your inspiration take hold.
I need to...
I'm bringing him up for a second. There you go.
Paka, can you hear me?
Oh, I like that.
Vincent will end his turn. Yeah, it's me.
At the end of your turn, the beginning of the round. Round 5. The creature, as it roots itself down into the position, holds itself in place, leans in, and you see these tiny little rose-like vines begin to appear all over its body as it just takes on this thorny appearance from the outside and just begins to hunker down, staring towards the lot of you, its eyes kind of just shifting at the top of its head, taking in the battlefield. Killian, you are up.
All right. Well, Killian, knowing now that Paka is in that thing, is going to use the help action on Bladebeak. And then Bladebeak is going to leap onto it and just with the intent, essentially the same action that Jojo just took, which is just to try to burrow into the creature to try to reach Paka.
Awesome. I will need an athletics check to remain on the creature, but as from the sheer size of this, as you run, you jump, you land on top of it. Bladebeak's legs like latch into place in an attempt to hold. I'd say Bladebeak, being in physical contact with it, immediately takes 6 points of piercing damage as those thorns just begin to dig into the chassis.
And an athletics check to stay on it.
Indeed. You will be on it for this round, but athletics to maintain your position on it.
Understood. Okay. So what did Jojo roll to do
There's
the?
an athletics.
Athletics check.
Okay, perfect. I'm just really quickly checking because I think Bladebeak's stats are a little bit scuffed.
I think the flame, by the way, the fire breath lasts for multiple rounds.
It does, yes.
Yeah. So this should be with advantage, +1.
Nice.
Ooh, 22. That is 4d6 of bludgeoning damage.
Would it be bludgeoning or would it be force?
Oh, for this one, just because I don't think this is the force-empowered rend, because it takes time to charge that
It's
up.
not, yeah.
But for this one, it'd literally just be like boom, 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 like piercing probably.
Okay.
In an attempt. I don't think Bladebeak's mouth is serrated, so I'd say piercing.
No, it's like crooked like a beak, but it's not like, shark teeth or anything like that.
Awesome.
All right.
Ooh,
Not bad.
nice.
12 damage as you guys just begin to tear at the web that this creature is beginning to form as just a platform of a creature at this point. It takes 12 points of damage and it's just being raked apart. As you take that last bite, see a little flash of bright yellow underneath as the vines begin to attempt to enclose around Paco once more. But you spot that little raincoat.
Close. Keep
Aw.
trying. And that's going to be my turn. So end of the turn, athletics to stay on.
Yes, please. You maintain position, holding firm on top of the creature. It is now the enemy's turns.
It's
This one has to climb back up. This enemy leaves. This one down at the base turns and just begins to hobble off into the forest and with a dash disappears from the battlefield.
Nice.
This one climbs up 5 more feet.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
This one blinded is now going to... It kind of knows where it was before, so it's going to just hop down over here to get off of that tree, making it down to 45. This one climbs up the rest of its way and has 15 feet of movement left. Vincent, you've been pretty quiet with it, or you've been playing piano, so it is aware of your current position. So it will move into position.
He also shouted last turn.
Awesome. This one does not have enough movement to go after Matilda, so these two are going to attack Jojo. This one attacks Vincent. As they begin their attacks.
yeah, disadvantage for the blind one.
Yeah, let me know
Indubitably.
if they hit.
So many things. So I accidentally also had Matilda firebolt herself critically, but you don't need to worry about that. Matilda,
Yes.
this one cannot actually target you. So Jojo,
Okay.
the one that is blinded with disadvantage,
Mhm.
still does manage to hit you, actually, surprisingly.
Okay.
And the one next to you comes in as they do this kind of almost coordinated attack, like a hive mind. You can see that the blinded one is still incredibly disoriented. But as it brings it in, both of them manage to slash down upon you, and you take a grand total of 15 points of piercing damage.
Up to 7.
Halved to 7. And the one in the fog cloud with you, Vincent, does manage to rake across your back. Shield does not manage to. It rakes across your back and then pulls its hand back, happy and smiling, and then looks over towards its fingers, and it just sees this magic residue and broken fingernails.
Yikes.
And now bloody
Alrighty, throw that on you.
by 1 point.
And now it is Paka's turn. Paka is going to once again unleash. This creature needs another dex save. you see where that raincoat was visible. Gouts of flame begin to erupt out, and as the last like remnants on top begin to just like peel back, Paka looks out towards you and smiles, and now I will have him roll his Constitution saving throw.
He has Bardic Inspiration too.
Yes,
He needs it.
he might. He's actually been rolling incredibly well here, but
Oh, thank goodness.
con save. You see the vines constrict down, and Paka lets out a little cough of blood before turning his attention down and just back down on the vines, holding him in place until eventually an arm pops free, another arm pops free. He grabs himself and pulls himself out of the body and is now freed from the grip of the creature as he
Yay!
returns to the fight.
I have to collect the gemstones.
And he begins to move towards all of the fallen stones of the creatures that are
Does he look
flittering away
okay?
to
Does
ash.
he look bloody?
He doesn't look bad at all.
Oh, good.
Matilda, you are up.
Okie dokie. I would like to climb up. I have a question though. If I climb up, am I still able to see the guy that's like at the top, or is he like moved over enough that I can't see his feet? He's near the ladder.
If you're up at the top of the ladder, you're within melee range of him. You can absolutely see him.
But if I was if I didn't want to quite get into melee range and I still wanted to be able to do a ranged attack, so I wasn't at disadvantage, would I don't think I'd be able to see them, right? Because they're in the middle of the 5-foot square, so they wouldn't be like close to the ladder, which makes sense.
Here's
No,
what
that's
I
fine,
would
never mind.
say. If you climb up to 40 feet, you can peek up enough to see them because like they're standing at also like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
You'd be able to see them just barely through. They would have an addition to their AC, but you are not in melee range.
You have the wand that negates
That's true.
cover, right?
It doesn't negate all cover.
No.
It only negates up to half, so 3/4 and obviously full
Right.
are still valid.
But that would
Yeah.
In this
Depends how
instance,
much
it would be 3/4 cover.
That's okay.
Okay,
I just wanted to see because sometimes like when you're going up something, you can kind of see the like if you're not all the way up at the top, you can see something.
That is
and-
totally the case right now.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to ask. All right, awesome. I will itty bitty them. Boop, 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 boop. Where are you? It's
She got
advantage.
an
I don't have
itsy
advantage.
bitsy teeny weeny itty
So
bitty.
it has him as blinded for some reason, so just press normal when it.
He is
Okay.
blinded by JoJo's blast.
Oh shoot! So should
Oh.
I roll one more time?
Roll one more d20, yes.
Okay.
thought it was because he was a leftover from the fog.
Nah. He's been
19
blinded by the
19
light.
plus everything absolutely hits. And 10 force damage. As the creature is just impacted from behind, now turning its attention towards anywhere, attempting to see, but its just eyes are black, all iris, all yeah. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna hit again. Come on, natty 20. Oh,
Dirty 21. Go ahead and roll damage.
Really good hit though.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. 2 blasts to the back. Creature just drops,
Yeah!
glitters away.
And then I come up and I stand where the dead body is, and it's just like this like blue light slowly comes up because light's still on me.
Oh. Anything with your bonus?
I am going to healing light JoJo because I see that she's a little bit bleeding.
She be able to see.
Oh,
her
hold
from
on,
there?
just
Yeah.
I went up to the top of the ladder, so I'm like right where the
Oh,
this-
yeah,
this
it's,
guy
it's
is.
cool.
and then hold on, but does Paka look okay? Like who?
Paka looks fine.
Okay, cool. Then I'll healing light you then. Okay, and then I will do that. Normal. Take some healing damage, and it doesn't look very like because it's like right here. So it's like when you do a spooky story and it's like
Oh,
under
like
like, your face.
So it's not
It's like-
it's but as you arrive, you cast your light upon JoJo, who receives this 5 points of healing.
Yeah.
And
No
as
longer
you
bloody.
as you take position, no longer bloody, I remove that effect from you. I divest you of your blood, and
I
at
think
the
I'm
end
bloody
of
though.
I invest you of blood. And at the end of your turn, Selene is going to
Yeah.
do something fun. She's going to turn run, jump. And you see, as she just reaches the other side of this, she dives and her hands begin to glow white as she is about to land down upon you, Jojo, and attempt to heal you with a cure wounds. But she is at current just mid-air as she turns, runs, prepares to cure wounds, and jumps. Holding her action for when she lands, she's going to blast you with healing.
It's so cool.
Where is she gonna land? There's nowhere to land.
Jojo
She
will catch her.
Doesn't
Figure
seem
it out,
like a
that's
great
fine.
plan. Did not get that far, but she's doing it
no,
anyway.
I
The
like him
shambling
though.
mound.
Aw.
Did we ash bond a barbarian into a cleric by mistake? That's kind of what it like. She's hit people with heavy objects and kicked people, and like now is doing like a
It's not just a
people's
barbarian
elbow of
thing.
cure wounds variety off the ropes. Like,
Off the
I don't know what
ropes.
I'm looking at here.
Oh my god, did we just have like one of those Transformer moments where like Selene is like, yeah, and then this creature just like crawls above her and it's like slow-mo and she's like, ah, and
It's
like, ah.
it's actually going underneath as it's
Oh.
basically moving like it's like a spider with 10,000 legs at this
It's
point.
Selene's the Transformer in this situation.
It moves underneath you guys, squeezing into position. As it reaches here, it leans back and just lets out a flurry of thorns, releasing all of the thorns it's collected on its body. I need Matilda, Jojo, actually everybody
With
here.
it, right?
Sorry. Oh yeah, you're on it. Excellent.
Yeah.
So you're still in range. Thank you, friend.
Yep.
Yep. Excellent. I will request this because this one is quite large. But in the chat log, you will fee a dexterity saving throw request.
Uh,
With
Age.
the oh, sorry, go ahead.
These are just spreading out in like an AoE pattern, so it doesn't matter that I'm in fog cloud, right?
Indeed.
No advantage for me. Okay.
You're
do not.
blinded. Blind has nothing to do with dexterity saving throws, does it?
No.
Do I have advantage because I'm on top of Bladebeak and the thorns are erupting from below, or not?
You have half cover, so I would give you a +2 to your dexterity saving throw. And Vincent, technically you fail any check that relies on sight, but I would say that you're more than capable of being witness to this madness. Do you guys see that dexterity saving throw thing in the chat?
No.
Oh, I requested it as a blind roll. I'll do this instead.
Alright, it's Thorny. Bow, bow, bow.
Even the request is blind.
Select all. I will make this one public. Request rolls.
Yay!
Is it gonna give me the option to do this with advantage? Because I can see
This stream screen got it, Adrian,
it.
and I
It
did
did not do that.
So I will roll it manually.
Yeah, that works for me.
I'm
Me
gonna
also
roll
does.
once more because I do have advantage. Okay, that's a 14.
14? Okay.
Twinsies! Look at us!
I don't think it triggered for Bladebeak, so I'll just roll that myself.
Okay. Everybody failed this check.
Oh, great. We
Enemies
love it.
including,
Love to
Paka
see it.
including.
Oh!
As it leans back and it just begins to unload. Sorry?
The Celestino?
Oh, Selene, I'm sorry.
Selene, sorry.
I missed that one.
Write down Celestino though, because that's a great
That's a,
name.
that's a great
What,
fucking name.
Celestino?
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh,
Celestine.
I have a character named
Oh,
Celestino.
that's where it sounds familiar.
This will be the Celestino and Drag when he shows up
Ah!
in order to attempt to
Hot.
trick all of you. For a 9, Selene does not succeed. This thing leans in, hunkers in, and just unleashes this blast towards the lot of you. Each one of you takes 14 points of piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw to resist the vast amounts of poison.
Bladebeak's okay.
I'm bloody again.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, con save you said?
Please and thank you.
And then how much damage was it again? 14?
14 points of piercing damage. That's an excellent con save. That's an excellent con save. That's an excellent con save. That's an
Wow.
excellent con save. The enemy's less lucky. Paka, I need to roll for you and you.
Come on, Paka, you've been killing it, my
Oh,
boy.
Paka, come on, baby.
It's all been con saves for him too. Request with roll.
He still has his Bardic Inspiration if he has not used it yet.
Selene midair is blasted and
Oh.
just takes a myriad of thorns across her body, but her hands continue glowing. She moves in and she maintains concentration on her held action. As these thorns just tear out in the area, you see the creature reduce in size as those vines that were holding it to position just tear, and it just descends 45 feet, attempting to slow its fall, but it takes 4d6 fall damage.
Me as well.
This is all, you fall with it. This is considered forced movement. So it takes 14 points of fall damage. And you take an additional 7. And it takes an additional 7, Killian, because you were on top of it at time of falling.
Okay, so 21 total?
You only take 7.
Oh, okay.
Everyone succeeded their con saves, save for a few. Selene looks pretty bad off, being hit by a potent poison and is now bloody. And aside from that, that is the end of the round
Oh, Blade
for the
Beak is
shambling
down.
mound.
Yeah, as Bladebeak lands, just and like the head kind of like topples a little way off, and I probably get just like kind of tossed.
Wow.
Yeah, landing back on top of the creature. It is not looking good. This seems to be some kind of a last-ditch effect for it, because as it reduces itself down to a fraction of its original size, it is now looking towards escaping. At the end of its turn, you hear in the distance the creature that had escaped you previously calling out in this wounded fashion, echoing through the forest. Jojo, you were up.
What would I have to do to catch Selene as she's jumping towards me? Would I have to hold my action for that, or could it be part of movement or something?
It would probably be a held action to catch her, but it's just a guaranteed you catch her.
Okay. But there's a possibility it'd be like an athletics to catch her if I didn't hold anything?
She's just gonna fucking hit you. She's
Oh, okay.
diving full force towards you.
You know, I'll hold my action to catch her. Fuck it. I'll hold my action to catch her, but I'll first bonus action just like radiant at this guy, so I need a con save from the slightly smaller vine monster now.
I'm gonna roll a fate dice on this one, because that seems like a less fun turn than you could have. So in this instance, as she's flying in towards you and about to land, I'll just consider it movement. You can move through an allied space, so you can dodge or like help her out however you wish. So you don't need to spend your action to do that. However, I will take that bonus action right away. Did not succeed. What was the damage?
The damage is 4 radiant. Does it kill it?
Unfortunately, no. But as you blast it with light, it just kind of shirks downward in pain.
Okay. Action. I have actions. I'll take out a javelin and I'll throw it. Javelin. Recklessly. No, it has to be melee to reckless. Normal. That's bad. 12?
12 does not hit.
Okay. Another one. Another one. That's the 21.
21's the opposite of 12. That hits.
Yeah, that is true. 1, so 7.
7 points of piercing damage.
Yeah.
Oh, the creature's not looking good. You practically pin it to the ground, and it's just trying to move away.
Okay, and now Jojo just is ready for Selene to land on her.
So as she runs, she jumps, the thing moves, unleashes thorns, she gets hit, turns, looks towards you, and with a look of solidarity, you just javelin down. Bah! Come here. At the end of your turn, Vincent, you're up.
Okay. Vincent rolled a nat 20 to remain his concentration on the bug cloud. So you're curious about that. He'll take a step out. You can see his he's looking down at his outfit. There's some holes in it now, and he's complaining about it being imported silk. As he takes another step forward, his shield disappears. So give me a second to get rid of that.
I can get rid of that for you.
No, it's cool. I'm already doing it. Oh. Okay. Well. He looks around, trying to assess. He can't see anyone here. Like, he sees Selene in the air, and that's it. That's all he can see.
The shambling mound on the ground should be visible to you. I can see it from your point of view. It's down here. It is 45 feet down and 10 feet away.
Okay.
So it's 50 feet away at the moment.
Selene, do you know where everyone else is? Did they go down with that thing?
Killian fell! She's like midair diving.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he can't see anyone.
There's
Okay,
just
he can
there's
see
like
people here.
there's two tree canopies right here blocking your path.
I see. So he did see it when he was standing here. Ah, there they are. Okay. Can you? Yeah, get rid of the AOE. Okay. Looking down, I can see the Shambler and these guys. Selene, Matilda's bloody. Selene's bloody. I'm assuming you got hit by those thorns as well, do you?
You basically, I think at this point, because turns are awkward, you catch her as her like foot is about to dive, and as she just leaps off, she begins answering your questions. But yes, she looks pretty fucking riddled.
Okay, I'll just do my turn then. I'm gonna heal her as a bonus action.
Oh, not to interrupt your turn, sorry, but half of the damage that she had taken from that
That's
was
right.
reduced, and I took it instead. Just as a point of order.
I'll give you that in just a sec after Vince's turn.
Yeah.
She regains 5 extra health. And down below, because there's no numbers, how far is the creature from me? Down
You
below?
are now 50 feet from it.
I need it to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Intelligence. That is the worst it could possibly do. It fails.
Okay. It takes 10 psychic damage. Vincent looks down and is like, huh. And then it spikes its mind with pain.
I hear what. Tell you what. Tell me what happens.
Okay. I don't even think Vincent was expecting that. He looks down, he spikes it, it falls over, and just ignores it and looks back up.
I love that.
Just coming out of the fog cloud too. Look down. Poof. Oh, well. Okay.
Good to see you, Vincent. Thanks.
I like that the was the second.
Yeah.
Basically.
As you break free from the enemy and the creatures have all but fled the area surrounding you. Vincent, you look down at the enemy and add that last little just like insulting kibosh. And you can see that as you were complaining and leaving the fog cloud, Carson was also like pulled out a small knitting thing and is trying to stitch your clothing as he moves in behind you. But it's just like,
Nice.
just wait. Oh, wait. Killian, that was an additional 13 points of poison damage.
Yeah.
How you
Killian
doing?
is also unconscious.
No!
Okay. Had that gone off before, could I have switched the healing to Killian instead of Sel? Because like I would have done that. Because
That's totally fine because Selenite frankly looks really good.
Yeah. So the 5 healing would have gone to you, Killian, because I would
Yeah.
have seen you're unconscious on him.
Okay, cool.
Totally cool. So Killian, you are still up with 5 as Vincent manages to catch you with healing in that last minute before you're just like, oh. But in the brief moments after the combat subsides, you all kind of find yourselves in a moment of silence and calm, and you can hear in the distance that call.
We should get
getting
out of
How
here.
far does it sound? Like hundreds of feet or within
a few
120
hundred feet minimum.
Yeah, Jojo catches Selenite, spins her, and plants her. Yeah, we should get out of here.
And then as she kind of like holds on to you, that pulse of divine healing pours through you. You recover 12 hit points.
Killian, how long will it take you to collect the loot?
Um,
Or not
the-
Killian, sorry, Paka.
I'm on it.
They're both hungry.
Probably no more than like 20 or 30 seconds. You see him turn and just like cartoonishly begin to run down the side as he just collects the rest of the gemstones. You guys have collected another cool 10 of these little monster cores here. And there was a rather substantial looking core within the body of the creature below.
Nice.
As
We're out
Paka
of
returns, you are now out of initiative. And he holds the gemstone up before just planting it in one particular pocket and is just like,
I like this one. So I just wanted to thank you all for saving my life, and also I guess we should run now.
Yep. Yeah, we should run.
Okay, you're all my best friends.
and he turns and begins to run.
Fuck, I love him.
Looking
Good
in
job
the
with the fire
direction,
breath.
like assessing the situation, what direction seems like it's the one we should be going?
Considering you have the map, go ahead and roll advantage on this survival check.
while that's going on, Killian like picks up Bladebeak's head, kind of heavily attaches it to like where it would normally go, and then slaps the toy soldier onto it, and pockets it before starting to like wincingly climb up this ladder.
Jojo's gonna put the amulet of the drunkard around Killian's neck and sort of like give you the shitty ale.
Okay.
44 plus 4. Oh, you can roll it, or I can roll it.
You go ahead. Just feed it to me as I
17.
You're like,
Oh dang, that was a good roll.
Nice.
That was a hell of a good roll.
I'm also quite bloody too, not to be
Selene is at current running alongside you guys as you begin to flee. But Vincent, with your survival check, judging by the map, we'll just run this down from the top, and I will return to everyone. Let me go ahead and grab
That's
this.
okay. I just knew we were gonna start running, and I was like, I don't want Matilda to like trip, and then all of us had to stop because
And
You
die.
can false life yourself again right now, by the way.
yeah, I'll do that.
Give yourself the full 8. Looking towards what's going on, Vincent, you ascertain the most northward facing location would likely be the best one. And as you guys begin to check around with your athletics, or with your survival check, as you check around, it takes a couple minutes to kind of discern through the dense forest pathways, but you do find the northward facing path. And you look onwards towards it as the rooftop kind of just wooden pathways continue off to the north quite a ways. Selene looks down towards you, Matilda, and also Killian, and offers a little bit more longevity as well. She's going to burn a... You guys look pretty fucking bad off. She's going to burn a higher level spell. So, Matilda, you recover 11 hit points. And Killian... So these are minimum, actually, so that'd be... both of you recover 12 hit points.
Thank you.
That's why I'm here. I do more than just kick things. I swear. Then she just turns and begins to run off. You guys don't need to run through the map in this instance. The map is here just for rolls and such. But as you all prepare, you begin to move on through the northern pathway. You find, once again, several different branching paths, but all of them past this kind of immediate section begin to move together until eventually you hit one final wooden bridge that seems to slope downwards and just continues down into the dense tree canopy. As you guys move through and descend, you hear the calls of the creature in the distance continue, and as you hastily move away from the current position and find yourselves within a new locale, you find solid ground once more beneath your feet. And moving forward, you see in the distance a long branching path and trodden dirt. You see the beginning of man-made structures of fences, interlaced with twine and roots to form just these small trellises around you. Stone pathways. And eventually, the further down you go, you start to get very tired. Abnormally so, as the travel begins to bear down upon you. You guys have now, and you are certain this is not the case, but you are as tired as though you have traveled an 8-hour day. You are looking down the pathway with all of your guys' passive perception. Vincent, you do manage to see that there is what amounts to a thin plume of smoke in the distance. Perhaps a campfire or a chimney or something akin. But from where you are right now, it's probably another 2 hours away.
Everyone's okay. I'm good to keep going.
There's the basement and the farm. Do we see the farm or just the
I
field?
see trees.
Trees, and you are on basically a man-made path. The trees around you. You do not see the farmhouse as is dictated on the map, but you can see a plume of smoke.
Can we take a short rest?
I don't think that's wise, Dia. These things could
Okay.
still be pursuing us.
Okay.
Can we take just a minute?
No,
Yeah.
I need longer than that. So.
I think Killian just needs a minute, though.
Oh, sorry.
I think we can spare that.
Okay. Killian will use that minute to unshrink Bladebeak from the toy soldier miniature, and then proceed to spend a minute infusing a level 1 spell slot into her tools and begin repairing Bladebeak. And just making sure that this does take, in fact, a minute and not longer. Yes. Yep. 1 minute, and Bladebeak is back up and functional with all of its hit points.
Awesome.
I'm good to still push it forward towards that smoke, though I do know that time here is a bit awkward. Seems to be affecting us a little bit more than I hoped.
Well, my thing is, it says so we went over the forest, now we have to go under till. Do you think you said it's the basement, Jojo, yes?
That's what you said, right, Selene? That you thought the Undertill was the basement of the farm?
The farmhouse has like a freaky dungeon thing underneath it.
Hmm.
And it says fire burning, so do they mean the smoke?
No, there's a super, super, super hot area that's just flames.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much that one, I believe. And then there's the ocean. Previously, we sailed across it, and it sucked. I don't know if anybody has like a paper boat thing. Comes a boat.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Sorry, D, I didn't bring one.
Okay.
Did you guys ever try like digging, like in the field to see?
See for what?
No.
What was
Undertill?
Undertill? Is there like a tunnel?
I'd
maybe?
considered
But-
settling down, just living the farm life, but
I mean, you already did
Passed on
that, and
that.
it went very poorly, right?
Have you ever found anyone who actually did end up spending, like, you said you met that Bagara person that just lives here now? Have you ever
Yeah.
been to the 4th floor where someone just decided to live at the farm?
Well, I'm not going to judge anyone if they choose to live somewhere on the levels. It happens.
it's kind of the house is not bad. It's not the worst thing ever.
Also-
But hell no. You kidding? Hell's no.
The beetles that were our mounts, are they back?
Yes, they are back with you. Which actually would give you advantage on your survival checks going forward and traversal checks.
I wouldn't mind pushing forward a little bit more. Is everyone free to go to head towards that smoke? Could be
Sure.
the farmhouse.
Yes, I would like to take a break to dig in the soil to test out that theory.
Once we get
Yeah.
there, you mean?
Yeah, like on the way, like we're getting there.
How are we supposed to take a break and move? Like, I'm just
No, not like
Curious.
take an actual break, but pause and dig.
examples.
Yeah, well, yes. I don't know. I just want to put my shovel in the dirt and see what happens.
Did you bring a shovel?
Hands work too.
Hand shovels.
Yes.
How would this work mechanically, Adrian? Would we need to
She's not saying take a break. She's just saying that she wants to take like a soil sample.
Like a
Oh,
stop.
okay.
Like a break is like pause our movement to
Okay.
investigate the dirt.
Does that affect us at all, or can we just roll the normal survival and see how things go?
Feel free to, as well as you guys are moving forward, choosing to pass through this location with your mounts. I will give you guys a flat +2 to the attempt to pass these last 2 hours of travel without forcing exhaustion upon yourselves. So there will be 2 checks. Each of you have had a long rest, so they're currently DC 11 and 12 to attempt to stave off these 2 levels of exhaustion.
Should I roll survival first, though?
No, you guys have a pathway. There's no need for survival in this
Okay.
instance. Yeah.
So that was a con save?
2 Constitution saving throws.
Beautiful.
Okay, that's good. I have a 23 and a 19.
You succeed on both.
Both me and
Vincent,
Killian.
Vincent, you
21 and
fail both. You have 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh,
Matilda,
yikes.
actually, I'm sorry. You added your +2, right? Yes. Killian, yes. Matilda, you failed with the +2. Killian, you added +3, but that failed. That's okay. So, Vincent, you have 2 levels of exhaustion from this. Paka has none. Selene has 2.
What is +2
fuck.
from? Sorry.
From your guys' steeder mounts.
Oh, okay. Then that would be a 10 is my second one.
You needed an 11 for the first and a 12 for the second.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, Jojo, it looks like you have none, and Matilda, you have 1.
Yeah.
Would you get on the second level of exhaustion again?
Disadvantage on ability checks and your speed is halved. However, because we're on the mounts, I don't know if the speed thing would affect them.
Yeah.
Not on a mount, no. So, Paka is none, Selene is 2. Let me give that to her. And as you all push forward to the point of just an ache in your bones and tearing of the muscles, you breach the forest canopy to find yourselves in an open farm field, still desolate and gray. Selene looks onward towards this just desiccated farmhouse and is like, holy shit. It wasn't like that when I last came here. You look onward and you see just destroyed. You see carriages off to the side that were previously just covered in goods, crushed, and their resources used to just slam against the side of the walls to cover holes in it. You see barricades. You see the entire, large sections of walls and glass blown in and covered once more with used furniture. And as this scene of what looks like a last stand from some kind of war movie sits out before you, that is where we will end today's session. We'll pick up there next time. Thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Oh!
Yes! Happy birthday!